Good day, yogis. So here we are back in our space, right? It feels good. The sun's been coming through, warming it up for the past couple of days, so it's kind of nice to come back in here and practice. And hopefully for you at home, it feels good. It feels right. So I'm gonna have us just sit tall and close the eyes. Of all the things, all the thoughts that we can invite into our minds, I want you to invite a thought of peace. Surely we all have these moments where we feel a sense of peacefulness, a sense of easefulness. Invite more like that into your mental landscape. Let's touch our hands together in prayer and place the prayer at our heart and sit tall as we bow the head and honor that higher self, that unchanging self that never wavers. This practice of yoga brings us to a place of our own higher consciousness, and it's from that place that we gather together and we share the best of who we are. And at times like what we're experiencing right now, it's very important not to lose focus of that, to lose sight of that. And take a moment here to create an intention. And let it be one that resonates with a feeling of inner peace. Breathing in, chins lift. Om. Om. Gently release your palms down and open up your eyes. We're going to rock back and just bend the knees, feet are on the floor, rock your knees from left to right. You can use your hands to support yourself so that you can open your chest up a little bit more. My knees are rocking to the left, so I'm looking to open my chest to the right. Come back to center with a breath in and drop your knees to the right, opening up your chest to the left. Go back and forth a couple more times and just hold. Don't worry about inhale and exhale moving, okay? You can hold for a breath or two. The knees, when they rock to the right, that left inner thigh is working towards the ground. A little bit more of an internal rotation. The right hip, external rotation. And then coming back to center, let's take the soles of the feet together and I'm sliding back. You could slide your heels forward or slide back. So there's more of a diamond shape. It's not Baddha Konasana, okay? Take the arms underneath of the legs. Let the weight of your legs drop down and then round the back of the body as if you were going to try and bring the crown of your head towards the arches of your feet, okay? So it's that kind of chin to chest, finding space between the shoulder blades, relaxing through each breath, through each part of the breath, the inhalation and into the exhalation. And then slowly rise back up. Whatever comfortable seat works for you. A few people have asked me about cross-legged seat or sitting with their legs out. Really, honestly, most of you know, whatever seat works for you is the seat that I want you to take. Okay, so we're gonna bring the right hand to the top of the shoulder, the right elbow points out to the right, and make a nice big circle with it. And as you're doing this, I'd like you to bring your left ear towards the top of your left shoulder, and you'll feel a pretty strong stretch in that right side of your neck. Be mindful that you're not hiking that left shoulder up, okay? Really let the left shoulder settle down, and then going the opposite way with that right elbow. Make a big sweeping kind of circle. If it helps you to get in there, feel free to round a little bit, and since it's the right arm we're working with, lean a little bit over to your left. A couple more times on this side. And then pull the elbow in towards your right rib cage, chin to chest, lift your gaze and release your right hand down. Take your left hand to the top of your left shoulder, and it's going to be that same action. Okay, so it's a big sweeping circle. And you're going to notice it definitely feels different. Even without an injury or any sort of limitation, it's still going to feel different from one side to the next. And that's fine, okay? It's okay. We're not here to mirror our sides any more than we're here to mirror anybody else. Take your chin softly towards your chest, and then bring your right ear towards the top of your right shoulder, and continue to trace that circle with your left elbow. Chin is drawing in towards your right collarbone, right ear drops towards the top of your right shoulder. And then go the opposite way. And again here, feel free to round in your back and stretching a little bit over to your right, and see if that makes any difference in that left shoulder blade area. If it gives you a little bit more of a stretch, a little bit more movement. Okay, so we're going for I would say an increased range of motion if your shoulders are feeling tight. One more circle. And then chin to chest, left elbow pulls in towards your left rib cage, lift your gaze and drop your hands. We're going to take opposite hands to elbows, stretch the forearms up and stretch a little bit to your left and a little bit to your right. Make it more about opening up through the sides of your body, but you're really pushing the forearms away from the crown of your head. Come back to center as you breathe in, and then swap out the arm that's on top, stretching the arms up. So you're really trying to lengthen and extend through the sides of your body. And again, just stretching over. Don't go for your fullest range of motion here. As I'm stretching to the right, I'm trying to keep my left hip pressing down. I'm pushing my forearms away from the crown of my head. And then breathe in, sit up nice and tall, and breathe out, just let the arms come down. So we're gonna come onto our back bodies right now, okay? We're gonna pull the thighs very closely in towards the belly. Take your hands loosely to your shins and let your knees kind of splay apart a little bit, okay? You're pressing your lower back gently towards the floor, and breathe in, and of course, breathe out. Now allow your lower back to lift away from the floor so you're not intentionally pressing it down. And again, your hands are soft on your shins. Bring your knees in closer towards your armpits, and maybe your big toes touch. It's a little bit like a happy baby pose on the back of the body. Sometimes it doesn't feel so good to do happy baby child's pose, rather, I apologize, if you have knee issues. And it's nice to change it up as well. And you can bring your legs in towards each other. You can roll over to your right side and make your way up to stand. As you make your way up to stand, whether you are working on a yoga mat or if you're just on your floor, I want you to look down at your feet, okay? If you're on a mat, then bring yourself all the way up to the front of your sticky mat. And let's touch the hands together in prayer. Place the thumbs right at your breastbone and lift your elbows slightly. Chin stays parallel to the floor, and close your eyes gently. As you breathe in, feel how the breastbone, how the sternum presses into your thumbs. And as you breathe out, let the knuckles of your thumbs press just ever so slightly into your breastbone. Together we inhale and we stretch the prayer up, look up to your thumbs. Together we exhale, separate your palms and bend your knees, forward fold. Walk your hands to your shins and lift to a flat back, opening up the chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, forward fold. Let your weight shift a little bit between the ball mounds towards the toes of your feet to your heels and rock somewhat front to back, front to back. Now I want you to feel your belly connected to your thighs, which is going to help to release the lower back of the body. But it's very important here that you allow your head to hang heavy and you have a bend in your knees. Bring your hands to your waist. Point your elbows up towards the ceiling. Plant your feet evenly on the ground so you're not rocking too far forward nor too far back. Rise all the way up to stand. Stretching your arms out, reach the fingers up to the sky, lift up through your chest, inhale, and then bend the knees a whole lot and forward fold, exhale. Lift up to your flat back and lengthen again through the front of your spine. Lift your heart, take a breath in. As you exhale, forward fold, full breath out. Again, shifting your weight a little bit front to back, little front, little back. Keep rocking. Keep a bend in your knees. Keep your belly onto your thighs. Relax your tongue, your jaw. Just feel the practice. Feel the practice coming from a place inside of all of us. Whatever it is that we might be experiencing emotionally, it's not that I want you to let that go or put it aside, but I want you to counter that. Really look for that place of inner peace. Come to a place of stillness, even weight on both feet. Slide your hands to your waist, point your elbows to the sky. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Exhale, drop the arms. Changing it up a little bit. So we're going to go into our Utkatasana. You're going to bend your knees, okay? Stretch your arms forward and reach the fingers to the sky. As we exhale, belly comes to the thighs and we work on that forward fold. As you inhale, lift to your flat back and lengthen. As you exhale, step your right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Now lift up through your chest. Take a breath in. Bring your hands to your waist. As you exhale the breath out, drop your hands to the ground. Step your right foot forward and fold. As you breathe in, bend your knees. Stretch your arms forward and up. Utkatasana. As you breathe out, put your belly on your thighs. Keep your knees bent and forward fold. As we inhale together, lift up through your chest, look a little bit forward. As you exhale, step your left foot all the way back, lift up through your chest. Take a deep breath in, step your left foot forward. As you exhale the breath out, let your head hang heavy. As you breathe in, bend your knees, take your arms forward and up, Utkatasana. All the way up to stand, inhale, and drop the arms, exhale. So we're standing now at the front of our mat, if there is a mat. Bend your knees, take your arms up, Utkatasana. Plant your belly right onto your thighs and press the belly, the torso into your thighs, forward fold. Lift to your flat back, lengthen, inhale. Step your right foot all the way back, exhale. Now lift up through your chest, lengthening the front of your spine. Step your right foot forward and fold. Bend your knees, take your arms up, another Utkatasana. Belly on your thighs and fold, exhale, Uttanasana. Lift to your flat back, inhale, halfway, okay, Ardha, half Uttanasana, half a standing forward bend. Step your left foot all the way back, exhale. Get really light on your fingertips and lift up through your chest. As you exhale, step your left foot forward and fold. Bend your knees, take your arms up, last one, Utkatasana. All the way up to stand, straighten your legs, inhaling, and drop the arms down, exhale. Stretch your arms out, keep your legs straight, reach the fingers to the sky, look up, inhale. Soft knees forward, fold, exhale. Lift up and lengthen, inhale. Step your right foot all the way back, and now here we're going to rotate to the right. So you'll come into your standing straddled forward bend. Exhale. Stretch your arms out big and wide. Press into your feet. Keep a bend in your knees if you need to. Rise all the way up. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale and forward fold. Bring your hands down in front of your feet. Lift up high onto your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slide your hands forward. Full breath out. Plant your left palm flat onto the ground. Take your right arm out to the right and reach the fingers up to the sky. Look up to your thumb. Big breath in. As you exhale, bring your right hand down to the ground. Full breath out. Walk your hands back so that the fingers, maybe they're closer to being in line with the toes. Inhale. And then forward fold. Standing, straddled, forward bend. Exhale. Stretch your arms out to the sides. Big breath in. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale. Keep your legs in the straddle and float the arms down. Rotate your right knee and your right toes out. Stretch your arms out to a T. Gaze over the top of your right hand. Take a full deep breath in. Bend your right knee as you exhale the breath out. Virabhadrasana 2. On the inhalation, bring your right elbow to the top of your right thigh. Reach that left arm up, and as you exhale, begin to stretch it overhead. Bicep inside of your arm coming very close to your left ear. Extend through your left elbow, reach through your left fingers, and keep your left leg strong and straight. Press to the piggy toe side of your left foot. Rising all the way back up into your Virabhadrasana 2. Now stretch your left arm all the way back. Drop the left arm, palm is open. Drop the left arm down the outside of your left leg. Reach your right arm up to the sky and lean back. Open up through that right side of your body. Take a deep breath in, lifting back up towards your warrior 2, gazing over the top of your right hand. As you exhale, come down. So your right knee is still bent, your left leg is straight, and you're bringing your hands down inside of your right foot. Get a nice deep hip stretch, haunch stretch. Walk your hands back between your feet, straighten your right leg, and rotate your toes and your knee of your right foot so you're back in your standing, straddled, forward bend. Walk your hands towards your left foot, pivoting on 2 feet, point your left knee and toes forward, step your right foot up, and fold. Reach your arms out to your sides, rising all the way back up. Look up to your thumbs, inhale. Forward fold, head and hands come down. Exhale. Lift up to your flat back. Inhale. Step your left foot all the way back and rotate now to the left. So you're going to straighten out your 2 legs. When you stepped your left foot back, you are in a lunge temporarily, and now pivoting on your 2 feet. 10 toes are pointing in the same direction. Lift up to your flat back, take a breath in. Sliding now your right hand a little bit more towards the midline of the body, and as you exhale, stretching your left arm up to the sky. Take a deep breath in, coming back to center. Bring your left hand down to the ground. Reach your arms out to the sides, press into your 2 feet. Lift your knees to the tops of your thighs. Big breath in, lift all the way back up. Keep your arms out wide like the wings of a bird, pivoting on your left foot. Rotate your left toes and your left knee out. Bend your left knee, Virabhadrasana 2. As you take a deep breath in, bring your left elbow down to the top of your left thigh. As you exhale the breath out, your arm comes up and you stretch it overhead. Really feel how that right bicep can be next to your right ear, wrapping that right armpit in, bicep hugging towards the ear. Soften the top of your right shoulder. On the inhalation, lift it back up, gazing again over the top of your left hand. On the exhale, stretch your right arm all the way back and down. Open up your right palm and then reach that left arm up and overhead. Left knee is still bent. On the inhalation, lift back up to your warrior two. On the exhalation, keeping your left knee bent, bring your hands down a little bit in between, like in front of you, and then walk them over somewhat to the left. Really think of the left inner thigh rotating up. Press the left knee towards the piggy toe side of your left foot. And now walk your hands back towards center. Straighten out your left leg. Pivot your left toes so they're pointing the same direction as your right toes. Both legs are straight or almost. Now, pivot on your right foot. Right knee and right toes point forward. Right knee bends. Step your left foot forward and fold. Arms reach out to the sides of the body. We lift the heart. Inhale and then exhale. Float the arms down. Coming down to a seated position. We're going to start with the right leg stretching all the way out, left heel in towards the midline of the body. We're going to stretch a little bit over to the right. If you can grab the top of your right foot or the ankle or the shin, something like it, fine. Otherwise, if you're here, that's also fine. Wherever you're at, right leg is strong, right foot is flexed. Reaching your left arm all the way out to the left. Palm faces the ground. Now I want you to imagine that you could touch the wall with your left fingertips. Drop your chin towards your chest and bring your right ear towards the top of your right shoulder. Lift your pubic bone up just ever so slightly. Aim your pubic bone a little more towards your navel and keep reaching. Keep extending with your left arm. Let your head hang heavy and your right ear drop down towards the top of your right shoulder. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, rotate your left shoulder forward. Rotating that left shoulder forward. Palm faces the ceiling. Reaching that left arm straight back behind you. Maybe you can hold on to that right hip thigh crease and gently start to rotate so that your navel points upwards towards the ceiling. On your next inhalation, you can slowly come down with your torso a little bit. Release your left hand from behind your back, and now two hands frame that extended right leg. Lift your chest up, inhale. Aim your navel towards the top of your right thigh. Aim your breastbone towards the big toe of your right foot. Elbows are bent. Tip your sit bones down just a little bit. Slowly rise up, walk your hands back in, and then swap out the legs. Left leg extends straight out, right knee bends, the heel comes in towards the midline of the body. Now you're trying to keep your right hip down to the best of your ability. Stretch your left arm out to wherever you can and be practical in your approach, okay? It's very important. Bend that left elbow. Now here I'm trying to find length between my pubic bone and my navel and my breastbone. I'm lengthening, or at least I'm trying to, that left side of my body. Stretch your right arm all the way out to the right, as if you were going to touch the wall on the right side of you with your right fingertips. Drop your chin in towards your chest and then take your left ear to the top of your left shoulder. Allow your head to hang heavy as you stretch your right fingers towards the wall. Now there's a very strong internal rotation in that right shoulder. Stretch that right arm straight back behind you and reach for your left hip thigh crease. Chin tucks in towards the chest, left ear to left top shoulder. Breathe. On the inhalation, begin by releasing that half bound right arm. Slowly lift your torso, and on the exhalation, frame both sides of your extended left leg. Bend the elbows, take a deep breath in, lengthen your torso from your hips, from your pelvis, and as you exhale, rotate, feeling as though you could aim your navel towards the top of your left thigh or knee. Maybe you walk your hands a little bit forward and you aim your breastbone towards the toe of your left foot. Tip your sit bones down ever so slightly. Breathing in, lift back up. And breathing out, release the pose. Stretch your legs forward and roll out your ankles. You can point and flex through your feet, point and flex. Roll the ankles the opposite way. Good. Coming back onto the back of the body now. Take your arms out nice and wide to a T position. Your two knees are bent and you can lift the feet off the ground, pull your knees in towards your belly. Palms are rotated up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in, drop your knees to the right, exhale the breath out. Now, if it's really hard for you to keep your left shoulder blade on the floor, or if there's any kind of discomfort or pain, I want you to bend your left elbow a lot and bring that left hand in towards the left side of your ribs and see if then your left elbow can't drop towards the floor. Any lower back tightness or difficulty at all, just plant your feet to the floor and point your knees up. Otherwise, you're lifting up from your bottom right leg. Take a breath in. As we exhale now, if you bent that left elbow, straighten out that arm, drop your knees to the left. Same thing, same action here. If that right shoulder blade isn't reaching the ground with a sense of ease and open you up in your right pectoral muscle region, then I want you to bend that elbow and place the hand towards your ribs or maybe even at your waist so that you feel that spaciousness. A couple of nice, full, deep breaths. As you breathe in, same options here. Plant your feet to the ground and point your knees up or lift from your bottom left leg. Keeping your feet now off the floor, so if they were on the floor, lift them up. Bringing your legs in towards your belly. Separate your legs a little bit and reach to your arms in between your legs and take a hold of the inner or the outer edges of your feet. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Draw your knees towards your armpits and flex your feet. Flex through the inner arches of your feet. Pull down through the outer arches of your feet. Pull the outer edges of your feet towards you. Feet are flexed towards the ceiling. Rock to the left and to the right. Releasing your hands from inside of your arms from inside of your legs. Take the arms and squeeze the legs together. Bring your arms, wrapping them around your shins. So we started the practice on our backs, and I asked you to very gently hold your hands against your shins and draw your thighs towards your belly, and you're working your lower back a little bit into the floor. Imagine you could press your hips forward just a little bit. Now keep your hands loosely on your shins, but release that action of pressing the lower back down into the floor and let it just kind of resume that natural space, that curve. If it feels nice to rock to left and right, absolutely rock left, rock right. Drop your feet to the floor, closing your eyes. Let the knees splay out, Supta Baddha Konasana. If it's too much on the groins or too much on the knees, you can definitely slide your heels a little bit more forward, and you could also prop up your legs a little bit if you have blocks or a blanket, even pillows, and let the weight of your legs rest, settle into the outer edges of your thighs. Allow your inner thighs to lengthen. Eyes closed, just really focusing here on the breath. And you can take your hands to the outer edges of your thighs and draw your legs together. Slide your left leg forward and your right leg forward. Allow the arms to be away from the body a little bit. And again, the palms, they're rotated up, allowing for your legs to soften and relax, taking all the work out of your legs. Allow your feet to splay apart. As you enter your final relaxation, your Shavasana, really take all of the work out of your mind as best you can. Bringing your awareness to things that give you a sense of peace. And it's not the same as a sense of hope, because I feel quite often our sense of hope is dependent on a lot of wishes, right? So in this practice of yoga, we do have the potential to go beneath the surface and touch upon a place that is so peaceful, that is so easeful, that is our true nature. And again, our true nature isn't dependent on everything working out the way we want it to. Our true nature is who we really are, beyond the physical, beyond the names that we refer to ourselves or the titles, as well as the ones that we give to each other. And when we share this place of peace with others, it can knowingly or unknowingly invite them to a place of peace within themselves. Give your intention one word. And breathe that in. As you exhale, whisper to yourself that word. Start to bring some movement, some motion back into your body slowly. Taking your time, gradually make the movements a little bigger. Eventually sliding the arms out farther and reach them all the way up and overhead. Bending your knees and one at a time, draw your legs in. Wrap your arms around your shins and give yourself a great big hug. Envisioning the faces of all of us that share this space. And here, envisioning giving each and every one a hug. You see their face, right? As you go from one to another. Yeah. So connected are we that we see one another's face in this action. Yoga. Union. Rolling over to your right side, pause. And bringing yourself back up to a seated position, eyes staying closed. We touch our hands together in prayer and we place that prayer at our heart. And we seal the practice, bowing the heads, going inward. Offering to our physical self and one another the best of who and what we really are. Breathing in, chins lift. Om Bolo Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste, yogis. Thank you.